What's up, YouTube? I'm back with another video, and it's your girl Molly. So I am currently in my car. I have just finished my morning prayer, and I actually thought, you know what, I haven't done a video for a minute and I need to update everybody. So this is me giving an update, but I actually you're gonna see the title from this video. It's gonna called What's Stopping You, because yeah, I've got some few wise words to share, encourage, you know, and share with everyone that watches my videos, basically. So an update is that I have started this year. I've enrolled into uni, and for the next 4 years of my life, I have committed to uni. I am doing a double degree in education. For those of you that don't know, I have been in the children's services or the early childhood sector for many years. I came out of school, went into find a job, and yep, that's a little bit about my life. And so I am very, not to toot my own horn, but I'm very great with children, and I actually have a passion to really make an impact in our young children's life. So to do that, I have had to go and be more knowledgeable, I guess, and study so that I can obviously make that impact, because you cannot make an impact if you are not doing anything. You know, that's why I have a very strong belief that you are either of two categories. You are either a complainer or you are a changer. And what does that mean? That means that, you know, you either help or contribute to just complaining about everything all the time. Like, you know, one little thing and you want to complain, but you're complaining, you know, it turns into gossiping because you start talking to the person next to you rather than talking to the person above you that can make the change of what you are complaining about. And you see this many times throughout life, you know, even in your workplace is probably a predominant one that people always get to, you know. Like Tony Robbins says, like Les Brown says, like many of my mentors who I like to listen to and I've plugged into, is that they say, if you really want to make an impact and if you really want to change something, you need to be a part of the change. So you either need to be on the top, or you need to go to the source of that thing or that person that can make the change. Going to the people beside you, for example, in your workplace, if you have an issue in your workplace, don't go to the person below you or the person beside you, because unless you guys are going to maybe do what do you call it, what do you call those things? Unless you're going to do a march to say, yep, we're going to, you know, we strongly feel that this needs to change, or that person that's next to you that you're talking to is going to go and tell the boss that can make the change, then what you are doing is called complaining. So anyways, again, I actually don't know why I go off on trends, but I do. So excuse that. That's just me. That's who I am. Okay, you just have to get with it. Anyway, so back to what I'm saying. This you will see from the title of this video is saying what's stopping you. And I really wanted to come on here and share this because for a long time, not that I've probably not done a Q&A about myself. And I'm very sorry. Actually, I will actually firstly say, for those of you that have sent me a question on Instagram and I haven't done the video, this is what happened. I done the video, and I done it at the lovely SV Squad's house. However, the SV Squad have a portable aircon, and at the time the aircon was on and I was close to the aircon, and after watching the video, because I was like, I'm just going to post it anyway, I thought, no, I'm not going to post it, because the air that's blowing is quite loud and it just wasn't a good video. So I learned very fast that, you know what, to give you good content and to give you good message, the video was not 100%, so I didn't post it. So Why am I saying that? Because there were people that jumped on my Instagram when I said, send me some questions so that I can do a Q&A, which I've still got the questions and I absolutely will answer your questions. It's just that the video didn't go through. So I'm very sorry, and I'm very thankful that those who took the time to send me a question, thank you. Anyway, back to what I'm saying. What's stopping you? For a long time, I didn't do very well in school. Like, if I say I did not do very well at school, like, I'm telling you, I did not do very well at school, to the point where I would cause havoc in my class, and the people that were in my class could attest to this. But my parents would often get called into the school, the principal's office, because of my behavior. But the roots of my misbehavior was that I really struggled in school, and I struggled, struggled to read. I struggled to write. Back in primary school, I used to write back to front, and I would hear a lot of people or teachers in that time of my early years, my childhood days, would often say remarks, and you know what, some of those remarks could have just been kept to themselves, because that played a big root of doubt. That planted a big root of doubt in my mind to say that I was never good enough. I'm not blaming them, by the way, but I'm just saying, you can't blame someone that, at the best of their knowledge. That's probably what they were taught in that era of time. That's probably what they knew. So I'm not going to blame them. I'm not blaming them, but I'm just saying that at that point of time in my growing up, in my school days, I was not a very good student. However, I was very shameful to speak out that I wasn't very good in that time, because the platform of helping and supporting children just wasn't as open or as big as what it is today. We've got so much more support in education, so much more support in schools. Yes, we still have issues, but hey, you know what? In life, you still have issues. So what am I trying to say? I did not do well at school. Did not like school, did not do well at school. As soon as my parents, my father especially, really pushed to say, and would always teach us that I did not come to this country for you children to sit there and produce nothing. He paved the way for us to be where we are today in a very lovely, blessed country called Australia, and for us to take that, to take it further. So when I came out of college, my dad, always really wanted to push us to go, make sure you go to uni. I was like, hell no, I ain't going to uni. It ain't happening. So I didn't really do well at school. I hated school. I done very bad at school. And a lot of people, for those that have known me and watched this video, or, you'll probably even see it in these videos, I tend to misuse words out of context. Like, I will say something and it doesn't mean that, but I'm like, well, what does that mean? So I don't know. I'm not, obviously not diagnosing myself, but over the years, I didn't do very well at school, but that never stopped me from being me and being open. I guess maybe that's why I was so much of an extrovert, because that's how I expressed, or that's how I could explain myself. Or it could have even been that I was trying to hide, that I wasn't very clever. However, fast forward. Is that I came out of school and I went into childcare, or what we call now early childhood. And I found a job, and they gave me an apprentice, and I started working there, and I worked my way up from the ground upwards, and I got a diploma. For the many years that I've been in the industry, and everywhere where I have gone and I have worked, so many people, like even the principals, even the directors. I'm now a director myself, but at those times when I was in my growing up, I would always be encouraged by the teachers or the educators, my fellow colleagues would tell me, you really need to go and study. And I would get so excited, and I'm like, yeah, the hope of that person, or the hope of, that manager in me was not enough in my own mind to tell me that I could do it. So I would often, go hear it, be like, yeah, I'm gonna go and do it, I'm gonna get into it, I'll go and do it. And then as soon as I leave work and I'm driving home, you know, there's that voice. There is that still voice. And I know you, those of you that are watching this, I know you know what I'm talking about. There is that voice in your mind that will tell you you cannot do it. That will tell you you're not good enough. That will tell you that you ain't, you know, you don't know how to speak, you know, eloquently. You don't know how to write academically. You know, you don't know how to understand those things. You know, there's that voice of doubt that you know, that begins to become, that begins to increase their volume, the volume in your mind. And so for many years, I allowed that voice to dominate my, I guess I could say, my potential, or the belief that, you know what, I can do this, you know, and then I got to a period of my mindset where I was like, you know what, I'm too old, I don't know that I should go back to uni. But you know what's very interesting is that this is my first year of uni, by the way, if I've not already mentioned that. That I've gone to school, and even I have come to understand that even people that are like 40 or 50 years of age are still in school, are gone back to university, and you know, maybe they've gone back to just get a bachelor's, maybe they've gone back to do a master's, maybe they're doing their PhD to become a doctor. Like, I was so amazed about, you know, the mindset, the thought of what I thought what was stopping me was so far from the truth of what is actually that universities is for the old people. Like, for the people of age, for the people that want to pursue something in life, for the people that want to make an impact, for the people that want to be knowledgeable, for the people that want to, you know, do something. Now, that's not to say, because, you know, there's so many things. Like, I would like to believe that I'm a very open book. Let me just get that straight. I am an open book. However, I have very strong, a strong foundation in my morals and in my values. So I'm not just an open book that I believe any airy fairy, you know, Tim, Tom, Tarry and whatever. I am an open book in meaning that I'm open to hear somebody's out, or somebody's theory, or somebody's hypothesis, or you know, to hear them out, not necessarily to believe what they believe, because I have a very strong belief of my own. But why am I doing this video is because I really wanted to encourage somebody that maybe was like me, maybe you're that age in school, that you're thinking, you know what, I really want to do that, but I'm not good, or, you know, my teachers, I just can't do well in school. I would actually say, if I had the support that the schools have now in primary, high school and college. I know if you're watching this in the USA, college is what we call our year 11 and year 12, which I think is, I think you guys call primary elementary, and I think you guys call high school, I think it's your high school if you're from the USA and you're watching this. We call college year 11 and 12, and we call, what you guys call college in the USA is what we call university. So, when I done it again. I went off on a trance and I forget what I'm trying to say. I want to encourage somebody that is going through a time through school that they would like, that maybe that they've lost hope in themselves. I am telling you, I believe in you. And I'm telling you that from my story is that you can absolutely make a difference, you know. And if you believe in yourself, you've just got to keep going. Just take a day as it comes. And you know what? If you know, I work with children now, and you know, the most greatest thing that I love about my job, because there's many things I can name about what I don't like and what I dislike and whatever, but the greatest thing that I absolutely love, and that I am a part of it, is applauding children's stages of growth throughout, you know, life. Because while school is great, you have a curriculum or a structure that we put children in, or that we assess children in. And then you find that there are children who have you know, just like, who are just I believe that we are uniquely different, and in that uniqueness, it takes one educator or, you know, a mentor to see that uniqueness and to perfect and refine and bring out and encourage, which is the same way, if I use the analogy like a coach. Why do people go and get a coach? Because the coach is there to coach you, to bring out of you the greatness that is inside of you. So why do I believe that we are unique? Because the coach doesn't add anything. The coach refines what is inside already, how you have been brought into this earth. You have come uniquely with gifts to impact. And so I come back to what I'm saying is that I love when a child comes, and, you know, my conversations that I will have with parents is to say, you know what, don't try and mold them to society. Now someone's gonna probably say, what do you mean don't mold them? Because then they can grow up and be crazy. No, guide them. That's different from molding. Guide them. You know, obviously if they're doing the wrong thing, correct them. You know, that's guiding them. You know, what I'm saying when I say don't box them to the society is meaning don't suppress, don't squash that gift. You know, many children, if you have children, or if you've ever had a conversation with a nephew, niece, whatever it is, a child, friend's child, you will find out that it is, the conversation that you have with them is so hilarious. Like, okay, so someone I know have asked me, I'm gonna use this as an example. Many times I have a birthmark. For those of you that don't know, because someone went on the SV squad and asked, what is that on your nose? It's a birthmark. Let me just show you, it's a birthmark. So children, as honest and brutal as they are, that this is the question that I often get asked when I meet children. What is that on your nose? Or, you know, oh, like they can't help but to stare, what is on my nose? And as a child, you'd understand that, because why? They're learning. It's their, you know, everything is new to the meaning, that they're coming to that understanding. They're finding that connection. You know, you learn that in psychology, all this jazz. Anyway, so when a child asks me that, they're so brutally honest that I don't care, you know. And when they ask in front of parents are like, oh my gosh, you know. And I'm like, no, they're asking a question. You can guide that child in how to ask a question instead of asking it rudely, but don't suppress them from asking the question. Because you know why? What happens is that and this is I cannot say that this is the majority of Samoan people, but I often see it in my people, and it's something that I would love to see Samoans come out more, you know, be more bold, because we've got so much talent and so much potential. But in a home, rather than trying to guide a child to say, yeah, you know what, keep going, keep doing it, I believe in you. So many times parents, we're so busy trying to frame ourselves from pleasing someone else, you know. So that's a little example of what I'm trying to say and use. But I'm saying that because I'm saying for so long in my school days, I didn't do well in school. I had a mindset that stopped me, that voice to tell me that I couldn't do it. And I broke through that, you know. My sister, she graduated, or she, you know, got a migration law last year at ANU, and I was like, that was a milestone for me. Like, not only did she break that for her, like breakthrough for her, but I felt that she broke through for my family and the generations from here on in forward, you know. If my dad always says this, and I'm probably sure that if many Samoans that would watch this probably can relate, your parent would often say, you know, you know, if I went to school, because my dad didn't go to school, he dropped out of school to help care for his family at a very young age. You know, he tended to the farms, he was a farmer, to get money, to sell goods, to make sure that his younger siblings would go to school. So he came to this country without an education, or without, like, he didn't even go to primary school. He dropped out at a very young age. And his one drive was that we make sure we go to school and get a good education. That was my dad's goal. And so my dad didn't get a, like, you know, degree, or didn't go to uni, or he, like, dropped out at like year 2. Like, you know, that was back in the days when, you know, children's rights wasn't as strong as what it is today. But when my sister graduated, and she walked the stage, I mean, how I wish I could edit on my laptop, but I would have inserted the video with her permission, obviously. But when she walked the stage, tears welled up in my eyes. And tears welled up in my eyes because it was a breakthrough. And it was a breakthrough because for so long, you know, you have that mindset to think, wow, she's paved the way. Like, as an older sister, you've paved the way. She's broken, you know, a generational, you know, curses that of saying that we could never be where we were or where we are. And so, you know, that really inspired me, that really encouraged me. We celebrated, but that gave me hope. And that brought me back to this part of saying, what's stopping me? And what was stopping me? When I looked at it and I analyzed it, I'm like, nothing's stopping me from but me. Nothing and no one is stopping me but me. I am able. I am looking after, I manage. I am the boss of a company, an organization. I look after one part of it as a manager. So I write emails. I can speak English. I know how to read. What's stopping me? Because these are the same things that I'm using to look after someone's business and to keep business flowing. Is the same tools that I need for myself, to refine myself, to build myself, to enroll myself into school to get better. And so that's why I've come to do a video, is to say, if you are thinking of doing uni, or if you're thinking of dropping out of uni, don't. I'm going to say finish it strong. Because as you have seen, days, times change, you know, but you don't know what your life may be ahead. So don't stop the race because you're looking left and right. And even in my class, I've got so many young students, and it's so lovely to see. But you know, don't be the reason that, you know, you think that you're what. Whatever those thoughts are, whatever that doubt, that voice of doubt, that's basically what I'm trying to say, is what's stopping you. Tell that voice of doubt to stop. Shut it out, get it out, and get going. If it was a business that you were wanting to start this year, have you started it? What steps have you taken? What are you doing to work towards it? If it was you know, to travel, have you moved towards that goal? You know, so many of us tend to look at people and be like, I wish I was like so-and-so. I wish I was like, you know, if I was rich, I would be. No, you wouldn't. I'm sorry, you wouldn't. Why? Because if you're not doing it, and if you cannot be faithful with the little that you have right now, you definitely would not be able to do anything when you are when the resources have come in an abundance. That's why you often hear and I'm not going to say who, but I do know somebody that has won, you know, the lottery, and even at the time they weren't very wealthy, or not very, like, didn't have, you know, weren't very good, won the lottery, and now they are worse off than when they won the lottery. That's not everybody. I'm not saying that as a majority. I'm saying that in an area that you will find that most people that are in that poverty mindset, that mindset to say that I'm no good for nothing, if they were to win the lottery, they wouldn't make an impact. Why? Because if you're not doing it with the things that you have now, that your actions will show. And that's why it's very important to start with the now. Do the hard yards now. You know, like I have a lot of people that I like to watch to analyze, to look, and you know, people do the hard yards. Do the hard yards now to get what you want. What is stopping you? You is what is stopping you. Not your mom, not your paycheck, not your dad, not your children, not your husband, not your wife, not anybody but you. Now someone's gonna be like, but I live in, well, girl, what are you doing to move towards that goal? Do something. Do something, because you can do it. All right? So anyway, that's my message for today. I've gone a little bit longer than what I would normally, but I want to encourage you. If you are thinking of dropping out, don't stop. Tell that voice of doubt to shush, shut it up, kick it out, and keep going. Okay, so that's me, and I will be back with another. Actually, I actually want people to send me some videos. Send me some ideas. People have been saying to do pranks. I'm not very good at pranks, but it's not to say that I wouldn't do a prank. The other day I asked the SV Sport if they would be very angry at me if I did a prank, and yeah, they didn't really give me the response that I wanted. So I don't know about the pranks. I will think about it, but send them through anyway if you have ideas. But send through some topics that you'd like me to talk about. I have got one. My next video, I will be talking about in-laws. Someone has, anonymous person, I'm not going to name, has sent a question, which was a very good topic, and I am very happy to talk about it. Is talking about in-laws. How do you relate or have a relation with your in-laws that you have tension with? So stay tuned for that next video. That is the next video. Subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Like or ring the bell so that you can get the notifications, and leave a comment. Okay, leave a positive comment. If you're gonna leave a negative comment, girl, just clap for yourself. Okay, because I am just gonna pass straight through that comment. This is what I'm probably gonna do. I'm probably just gonna look at the comment and be like, oh, I wonder what's going through that person's mind. Look, I don't mind constructive criticism. I don't mind that. What I will not tolerate on my page is you bullying and giving me negative comments. Okay? Because 9 times out of 10, if you probably saw me in the street, you probably wouldn't be able to tell me that to my face, would ya? So if you know that, think again and don't write it. And especially don't write it on other people's page, because you don't know what they're going through. If they're trying to make a means, of living through YouTube, and then you go and they've been going through a bad, stage in their life, and their mind is full of toxic, and then you as a negative Nelly person go on there and be like, oh, you suck on YouTube, you should get off. Why would you do that? If you don't want to watch their page, just don't watch their page. You don't have to leave a negative comment. Just stop being negative. We need to uplift people. Uplift. Uplift means to, if you have nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. Just don't subscribe. And if you don't like my videos, and if you don't like what I'm saying, unsubscribe yourself. You will be doing me a great favor. In fact, you probably be doing yourself a great favor, and your ears, if you don't want to listen to me. That's just the honest truth. Okay? So, anyway, before I go back on the trends and I start like, because I can get like that, leave a comment and tell me some ideas, tell me some topics. My next video will be answering the anonymous person that has sent me a very great question about how to relate with your in-laws when there is tension. Okay, peace out. Love you. Bye.